been the match night one. They won 2-0. It could have been more than 2, but they gave Bombayern a tough old game last time out, going down by just a solitary goal to 0. We talked about this. I think it's more of a problem in the Juhu League on the bigger pitch, but having an outfield player taking a goal kick is difficult because of the offside implications. You've always got a last man already back. I think wherever possible, these teams need to try and get the keepers to distribute off the floor. Here comes Gautam Tawadi. Arjun Palmer's there, but well dealt with by Akshat Shroff. Arjun Palmer once more, but it's all very scrappy from both teams at the moment. It's a game low on quality in these early couple of minutes. Well, that's a well-judged pass to Arjun Palmer, but Arjun Palmer's control lets him down, and he almost followed through on Numar Kazi there. Straight through the middle, and that'll be easy for Imran Chaiwala. Oh, that's put him under pressure there. He did well to recover in the end from that Milap shot. But it's Rebels' possession. Already tonight we've seen 3 great games. The Knights continue their 100% start to the season. 3-1 winners over Hubers Crunchers. The Gladiators beaten Bombayern by 2-1. And after 8's just a couple of moments ago, winning 1-0 against All Monsters as the first corner of the game comes to nothing. A reminder, tomorrow it will be the BANDRA North League from 6:45 IST live on the One Play Sports Network. This 2019 Roots Premier League is presented by Bodog, broadcast live around the world on the One Play Sports platform. Our branding partners at the Flag Company, our hydration partners at Miqua, and our official beverage, the magnificent Raw Pressery. That's going to be a high ball. It's a tester, and he had a little wobble at it, but Kavir Ray in the end comes up with it. That's played down the left-hand side by Sahil Mahajan. Keeper, again, lacking a bit of conviction coming for that. Akshay looked up and saw a great pass. Surface seems to be playing particularly quick tonight. It's not easy controlling on this surface. Ball bounces quite high. It skids off the surface as well and races through. And this is a battle of attrition in the early stages. Straight through the middle and met with a powerful header from Kevin Vergessi. It's not easy on the eye, this game, in the early stages, that's for certain. Six minutes gone here, still goalless and still awaiting the first real chance. So he had a little hesitation there, did Kevin Vergessi. And now the big man driving through the middle, powering through and releases Arjun Palmer. That was good work from Sergio Sierra. Sergio Sierra, scorer of the winning goal in the 1-0 win against All Monsters, and then on the score sheet again in the 3-3 draw against Hubers Crunchers. Oh, not sure about the communication there. Ankit Zaveri nonetheless coming up with a good header. Sergio Sierra. Gathered well by Kavir Ray. Nice flick on from Muner. Akshat with the backwards defensive header. And it'll be Ankit Zaveri with the kick in. Sergio Sierra, as always, up, lurking at that far post. He's such a danger in the air. They'll be looking for Sergio Sierra. It was a decent cross as well. And that was a good defensive header out by HRX's Kevin Verghese. Other side now. Sergio Sierra still lurking. This time, though, it's an easier clearance for HRX. Sierra, heavy touch. Very scrappy, but that's taken a deflection, and Kavir Ray had to be on his guard there, and he did exactly the right thing by tipping that over. That was spinning and looping all over the show. And that's the closest we've come to a goal. And we've got still a quarter of an hour to play in this first half. Look up. He's looking for the run of Namar Kazi. It was the right idea, but the Rebels now trying to come straight back up the other end. It's just not happening for either team at the moment. As well watched by Salil Mahajan. Oh, that's been skied up in the air, and there was a little kick as well into the back of Nimir Kazi. Perhaps a little bit lucky to get away with that was Arjun Palmer. He's not got away with this though, and Nimir is now away. Nimir looks up, and Imran Chawala does a good job of getting his body behind the ball. It was quite a tame shot in truth. Here's Gautam Tawadi. Tawadi squares it nicely to Sergio Sierra. Sergio Sierra, the man mountain, who's playing in a more advanced role than we used to seeing him tonight. Corner's delicately chipped in. They was looking for the runner of Akash Shah there. Now the job of clearing it falls to Akshat Shroff. Oh, my word. That was struck with some velocity. Straight through the middle, route one. And still, there's not really been an injection of quality in this. There appears to be plenty of bodies missing from both teams. I think the Rebels have, well, they've both got 4 or 5 on the bench, so this might be a bit harsh, but certainly no one's gone to the interchange bench yet. That's flicked off the head of Milap Shah. And now it's come to Arjun Palmer. That's over the top. And there looked to be a little nudge in the back of Akash Shah there. But chances, shall we say, at a premium. Keep going back to that incredible stat. How many games have we had now? We've had, well, the live games that we've covered. We're covering 11 for you each week. We've covered 22. Plus the 3 we've already seen tonight, 25, and only 1 goalless draw, and that came in the North Division, Kings and FC Bandra. That game where Megria picked up a red card. That's the only goalless draw we've had so far. And of course, the Rebels involved in a 3-3 draw last week. First corner of the game for HRX to try and play with. Decent delivery, and the header's there. That's the best chance HRX have had so far, and for once Sergio Sierra was found a little bit wanting in the air. And finding some space was Mukesh Kanodia. Here comes Sergio Sierra, straight at the keeper, parried it, and the rebound is hacked wide. He's such a danger, Sergio Sierra. Corner hangs up nicely, and the header is up and over the bar. I think it was Akash Shah in the end.
Come on, pressure, boys, come on.
Sergio Sierra, again Sierra. Looking for support. Arjun Palmer's there. Sergio Sierra slips over. Sure, there might be some dew on this turf, some residue that's making it play a bit slippery and fast tonight. Well, that's a decent run. What an attempt that was to go all the way from Nimar Kazi. And that's not the best effort from Akash Shroff. Well, it took a deflection, so it'll be a kick-in. Can Akshat Shroff redeem himself after that wayward effort by delivering a pinpoint corner? Screaming for it is Kevin Verghese at the far post, if they can get it that far. That was deflected in across the face of goal, and for a minute the Rebels look like they might be in trouble. Oh, that's a nice touch. He's played himself into space here, but the shot doesn't match the first touch from Akash Shah. Route 1, met by a very convincing header from the Rebels' defence. Even without Sergio Sierra seemingly not playing at centre-back today, they've got a man mountain in Ankit Zaveri, who knows how to put his head through a ball. HRX coming into it a bit more now, though, as we enter the final 10 minutes of this first half, still goalless. Well, that was a slice clearance. Be a very harsh referee that gave that as a back pass. Imran Kapadia getting it back unconventionally to Imran Chaiwala. The shooting so far tonight has left an awful lot to be desired. Long throw from Kavir Ray. Again, the two centre-backs doing a very good job for the Rebels so far. This comes out for the shot from Sheldon Sharma! Out of nothing! Sheldon Sharma gives HRX their first goal of the season, and they lead. Well, where on earth has that come from? Sheldon Sharma with an absolute screamer. Imran Chaiwala has injured himself in the process of trying to keep that out as well. And I think they're going to need a goalkeeping change here. Imran Chaiwala is in a bad way now. They're going to have to put a bib on Ankit Zaveri, who's going to go into the goal. So a double blow for the Rebels. Sheldon Sharma, what a strike. Take a bow, sir. HRX off the mark for the season. Question now is, can they hang on? We saw that the Rebels had goals in them last week against Hubis Crunchers, as Ankit Zaveri tries to squeeze that luminous bib on. Are they going to take a pot shot straight from goal? There's an immediate response from the Rebels as well, because with Ankit Zaveri going in goal, Peter Hutchinson is on. Over the top, looking for Hutchinson. Just couldn't get on the end of it. And Kavir Ray, well, a little bit audacious. He's conceded a kick in. Straight over to take it for the Rebels, who are shell-shocked by that is Oriol Vibet. Hutchinson on the edge of the area. Sergio Sierra again making that familiar run to the far post. That's taken a deflection and it's behind for a corner.
Very good, come on!
Still 8 minutes to play in this first half. Plenty of time for the Rebels to get the goal back. Gautam Tawadi with the delivery. Beats the marker man, headed back across the face, looking for Sergio Sierra, but it's hoofed clear by the goal scorer Sheldon Sharma. Well, you have to admire HRX. No goals and nothing to show for their first two games, and they've come out here And is that Sheldon Sharma long-range effort going to spark their season into life? Another distance! Oh, another distance effort there. And it's the substitute goalkeeper, Ankit Zaveri, that just about does enough. My word, was that Sheldon Sharma again? Problems galore for Rebels because they'll miss Ankit Zaveri at the back. I mean, Sergio Sierra is having to drop a bit deeper than he started the game. And when you know you've got a second, maybe even third string goalkeeper between the sticks, you're going to start popping them in from range. Why wouldn't you? Oh, that was a dummy that was too clever for its own good from Vishal Balani. But took a deflection. They'll get a corner out of it. Delivery of the corner. Went to the far post there. Another shot comes in from range. Deflected. It's Sheldon Sharma again. Well, this time it took a wicked deflection. And HRX, having gone an hour without scoring all season, have now got 2 in 3 minutes. Well, the Rebels are rocked now. Going back to that familiar stat that I keep regurgitating, no team has come from 2 goals down to get anything from any game across all 3 televised divisions this season. And now shorn of their first choice keeper in Imran Shaiwala, the Rebels might find themselves in even more trouble. Surely not another. Oof. Well, why not? Why not take the efforts from range now? Vishal Balani, this time, in fairness to Ankit Zaveri, that second goal from Sheldon Sharma took a wicked strike. We've also had no televised hat-trick so far this season. Is this going to be 3? Oh, maybe would have been better served going for goal there, Umar Kazi, but selflessly trying to find it through to Sheldon Sharma to complete a first half hat-trick. Ankit Zaveri was dangerously close to going out of his area then. Peter Hutchinson unable to chase that down. Well, the energy's been sapped out of the Rebels. They made a good start here. It was a scrappy game, but they were having just about the better of it. But HRX, what a difference a goal makes. They're now playing with a bit of swagger. And crucially, that injury to the goalkeepers meant Sergio Sierra's had to drop deeper. That's out wide. Well brought down after that ball from Akshat Shroff. Oh, there's a slip. Could be costly. Could be costly. Ankit Zaveri comes and just unable to get there in time was Numar Kazi. But now they should be able to see out this 2-goal lead to half-time, and it will leave the Rebels with a mountain to climb in the second stanza. Well, that's not going to get it done, is it? The only bright spot is it's out for a kick-in rather than a corner, but minimal difference with that kick-in rule replacing the throw-ins in this 2019 Bodog Roots Premier League, brought to you by One Play on their media platforms across the world and in association with our branding partner, the flag company, our hydration partner at Mikwa. It's a fine bit of H2O and our marvellous official beverages supplied by Raw Pressery. Reminder, we'll be back here tomorrow night, 6:45 IST for 4 games from the North. Then in Juhu at 6:45 IST on Friday for 3 games from the Juhu League. At the moment, this is a walk in the park. Oh, Sheldon Sharma. I'm sure he was thinking about pulling the trigger for the hat-trick there before the free kick went to the Rebels. Closing stages of this first half. Just haven't threatened, and losing Imran Shaiwala through injury after conceding that first goal. A hammer blow. Imran Shaiwala being treated by the physios. Sergio Sierra over the top looking for Hutchinson. Shot from range comes in from Akash Shah. But HRX confidence has all of a sudden returned to their veins, having looked devoid of it in the first 2 weeks. And if ever there was a half of football to turn a season round, this may well have been it. Well, a third goal just before half-time, and you can stick a fork in this one. Surely it'll be done. Little dink pass. Clever ball as well. Sheldon Sharma! Goodness gracious me. Sheldon Sharma shooting from everywhere at the moment, and who can blame him? His conversion rate ain't too shabby. 5 shots on goal line make it, and he scored with 2 of them. Oh, there's a mistake. Hutchinson could be in. Recovered well, but that was a big howler from Akshat Shroff, and he just saved the day by recovering quickly enough. Peter Hutchinson, I think, was surprised and caught a little bit off guard. Hutchinson with the delivery, and it's a very good delivery, but headed away. Nice 1-2 from Hutchinson. This is better from the Rebels. Can they get one back before half-time? That's a delightful ball. He's onside! And he smashes it over. That's the best chance of the half for the Rebels, that they've blown it. That would have been a real chance to put the wind up the HRX boys before half-time. Well, it's taken them the best part of 25 minutes to get a meaningful effort on goal, and when it came, Gautam Tiwari was unable to keep his shot down, but they're coming again there. Ending the half, well, shot from range. Well picked up by Kavir Ray in the air. Looking for Pete Hutchinson again. They're trying to play him as much as they can down the right-hand side. Have got time just to launch one more still. Imran Kapadia. Sergio Sierra wants it square. Oh, they've passed it straight to HRX, and that was a little bit of a dig. The referee playing advantage. He was just offside. Now, was he, though? Mukesh Kanoja threw on goal, and there had to be a question mark whether Imran Kapadia was playing him onside. Well, that's cleared the netting at the top. That's halfway on the way to Santa Cruz. That boy, it's been hit so far out the ground. Well, HRX on very good terms with themselves. Long-range double from Sheldon Sharma is giving them a 2-goal buffer as we race towards half-time, and it's a long way back for the Rebels now. Sheldon Sharma for the hat-trick! Oh, it picked up by Ankit Zaveri, and it nearly span him out of his arms and into the goal. Well, Sheldon Sharma has been the star of this first half. Pot shots on target from range, and 2 of them have counted. 1 via deflection, but they all count. It's Rebels 0, HRX 2 at half-time. Stay with us, second half on the way, live on One Play. Second half about to get underway. HRX without a goal and a point all season after their first two games, with a 2-0 lead here against the Rebels, who, remember, went into tonight with the possibility that a win might take them top. That, of course, was off the table after the Knights won the opening game of the night. But nonetheless, this at the moment is the team at the bottom beating the team who started tonight in third spot. Crossed in. Back to Ankit Zaveri, who has to just hack that out under pressure. Well, all eyes on Sheldon Sharma. We haven't seen a hat-trick yet this season. He looks like he's in the mood to try and be the first one! Well, that was a really good improvised effort from Vishal Balani. Just wide of Ankit Zaveri's right-hand post. Pete Hutchison. Sergio Sierra now being employed in a centre-back role. He started the game in midfield. He is their leading goal scorer this season, the Rebels with 2. But he's not been able to get on the end of any of those crosses that he was looking dangerous with in the first 2 weeks of the season. HRX will clear this with Minap Sharp. That takes a deflection off of Gautam Tiwari. It will be a territory gain ultimately for HRX. So Vishal Balani. Oh, tell you what, that was another great effort from Balani. It's hit the crossbar and stayed in play incredibly. Now Pete Hutchinson. They badly need a goal to get themselves back into this game, the Rebels. Oh, that was an important touch in the end from Sergio Sierra. It's got to be a corner, surely. Yes, it is eventually. He was lurking there, Numar Kazi, if they hadn't got that touch on the ball. Now, Vishal Balani's come close to a goal on a couple of occasions. Sheldon Sharma's on a hat-trick, and I'm sure he'll be picking up any second-phase balls that come out. Pete Hutchinson is back marking him. Comes out to Sheldon Sharma. And now, finally, the Rebels try and break. They were looking to switch play over to this near side where Pete Hutchinson was lurking, but it's broken down quite quickly again. And the game, as it was with the first 5 minutes of the second half, not of the best quality just at the moment. Three minutes played in this second stanza, still Rebels nil, HRX 2. Balani was closing down on Salil Mahajan there at a rate of knots. Sergio Sierra, all he can do is hack it upfield and they'll let it go out of play. Well watched in the end by Minap Shah. Minap Shah. Vishal Balani wants this. It's a long way for Minap Shah to try and deliver. And he wasn't 5 yards there, Gautam Tiwari, and he's going to be booked as a consequence. Needless yellow card. So I'll have to make sure he's 5 this time, otherwise it'll be another card and he'll be off. And again, he's encroaching just before the kick is taken. It's a good searching ball, but too much on it, and it'll be a goal kick to the Rebels. Look how well HRX are closing down here. They're really trying to put them under pressure, but the Rebels have put together a good passing move of their own here. And Sergio Sierra trying to barrow his way through. It was great until the final third. That's been the story of the Rebels' night so far. things going wrong for them at the final third in both ends of the pitch. They don't have much of a problem in midfield. Over the top, look at the Gotham! On the left foot with his volley sailing over the crossbar. Chance goes a begging for Rebels to get back into this one. Still 2-0 HRX. Well, that's sliced out by Imran Kapadia. Now Vishal Balani lurking, also in the middle. Trying to get on the end of it is Rishabhan Lunia. And that's well headed back to his keeper by Salah Mahajan. Try and get the quick delivery here. Pete Hutchinson brings it under control well eventually. Gets it back. Shot from range. Well gathered by Kavir Ray. Handball against Sergio Sierra. Shot from range again. Why not test the keeper? If you are just joining us, Ankit Zaveri on for the injured, in goal I should say, was on already playing at centre back, but he's moved to goal for the injured Imran Shawalia, who was injured when conceding the first goal. Change for HRX. Rishab is off and back on is Uriel Vive. And Uriel Vive gets a chance to touch the ball very quickly but misses out. And that's hacked away by Kevin Verghese. It'll be a kick in that Sergio Sierra is under. Surely he needs to be in the box trying to get on the end of these, because that's a classic example. He's that extra half foot taller. If someone delivering that to him, he might have got on the end of it. As it was, Akash Shah unable to divert it goalwards. Palmer on for Gautam Tiwari, who's in the book. A third goal now for HRX, and this game is officially over. 2-0. Still was a concern. Vishal Balani! Oh, he wasn't expecting it to get to him. Pete Hutchinson missed it, and Vishal Balani was caught by surprise. It's a relatively straightforward chance as well. Just beneath me, I can see Vishal Balani frustrated with himself. He's got the look of a player desperate for a goal. Still no sign of Sheldon Sharma's hat-trick. He was brushed off by his opposite number, Akash Shah, there. Ah, that's well won. Good break on this from HRX if they can move it quickly. Pete Hutchinson covered well. Just a little bit maybe casual with that Akshat Shroff. But good covering from Pete Hutchinson. He's having to cover a lot of ground in this second half. But HRX are all over them. Another shot from range. Sheldon Sharma desperate for that hat-trick. If that had got it in, all three of the goals would have been, I think, from about 25 yards out. We've played 8.5 minutes of this second half, and it's still Rebels 0, HRX 2. Vishal Balani is likely to get a first. Sheldon Sharma's likely to get a hat-trick. And for the most part, Rebels FC have looked unlikely to get a goal. They might have a chance here, though. It's headed backwards and onto the roof of the net. That came off a white shirt. It'll be a corner ball. HRX survive a scare. Trotting over to take the corner is Uriel Vive. He'll leave it for Hutchison. Referee wants it retaken. Oh, Sergio Sierra. A little bit unnecessary there. I think the referee's just going to calm them down. I don't think there's any reason for a card. I think that was just an unfortunate coming together between Sergio Sierra and Milap Shah. The only thing that's done, though, is take a couple more minutes, all in all, about 60 seconds off the time that the Rebels have got to score at least two. And they ain't going to get them with balls like that. That was so high, it was over the head of even Sergio Sierra. Not the kind of delivery that we know Uriel Vive is capable of. Oh, it's gone over the keeper, and for a minute again I thought Vishal Balani might get there. Spread out wide by Sahel Mahajan. Dropping quite deep now, HRX. They were playing a high press game at the start of the second half. They're pressing now though. Vishal Balani very nearly picked the pocket of Uriel Vive. Nothing going the Rebels' way at the moment. And this win, of course, if it stays like this, will lift HRX off the bottom of the table as well. Arjun Palmer just being jockeyed out of it by Milap Shah. And the referee has given a corner, has he? I think he's given the corner. And now they need to be careful, HRX here. They're getting dragged into unnecessary disciplinary strife. Lofted into the area again. Oh, great control. Lovely first touch from Rahul Rawai. Vishal Balani! They've got to start following up those long-range shots. He's done well to get them out, but I don't think Ankit Zaveri's taken one on the full yet. They've all produced rebounds. There's now just 14 minutes to go. Oh, that's taken a touch. Sheldon Sharma entirely convincing with that clearance. Floated into the middle, up and over everyone, and Sergio Sierra again getting involved with a little bit of niggly business with Milap Shah. If they were boxers, the governing body wouldn't let them fight because of the size difference between the two of them, but there's just a little bit of niggle here. Still not the same energy in the Rebels' performance that we saw last week in that 3-3 draw against the Hoobers Crunchers. Up in the air. Now they come again. Sergio Sierra being employed up front now. There's a last desperate throw of the dice. That's gone high and it's out for a goal kick. And Sergio Sierra's frustration is there for all to see. But if it stays this way, all Monsters will be bottom of the 8-team BANDRA South League table with no points. It'll be HRX up to second bottom on 3. Gladiators, Bombayan. I should say HRX with their win, they might actually overtake Bombayan and move up to 6th. After 8, Gladiators both on 6, and just behind them, Hoobers and these Rebels will be on 4 points, all chasing the Knights, who are 100%, 9 points from 3 games. Vishal Balani smashed that from here to high heaven. Mukesh, first appearance for him tonight. Mukesh Kanogia in this second half as off trots Rahul Rawal. Wide it goes. Can they get the cross? And they can. Gautam Tiwari. Sergio Sierra misses out, and now they've got numbers if they can break quickly here. Plenty of white shirts committed forward. If he can get the cross and find a teammate, which he can, is this 3-0 game set match? Straight at the keeper. What a chance for Mukesh Kanoja. The cross was sensational from Vishal Balani, and Mukesh could have put the game to bed there. And then as it is, Sergio Sierra within a whisker, and it took a deflection. It's gone wide. End-to-end stuff now as we officially enter the last 10 minutes. And there's a toe poke from Uriel Vive that's deflected out for another corner. Just coming up to 15 minutes gone, 10 to play. Can the Rebels find 2 goals from somewhere at the moment? You have to say, you have to doubt whether they can find one. If anything, HRX look the more likely to get a third one on the break, and that's not good news for the Rebels. Sergio Sierra to take a rest. He has worked hard in fairness today. Akash Shah back on to lead the line. Vishal Bellini, well, I think that was the intended target. It was never going to, not within 10 yards of any player with a white shirt on. Pete Hutchinson here. Oh, just a heavy touch from Oriol Vive. Nothing's really gone their way, but they haven't had that same energy. The buzz about them to come back. When they led 1-0, they trailed 2-1, got it back to 2-2, trailed 3-2, then nicked the equaliser late on against the Hubers Crunchers last week. They've not had that same energy, and against a team who you'd have thought would be lacking in confidence going in today off the back of 2 defeats, 2-0 to After 8, and most disappointingly 1-0 to Bombayern last week. They have been a disappointment. Gautam Tawadi slipping at the worst possible time. Flags off against Vishal Bellini there. So the Rebels now have to start going for it big time. They've launched another one into the area, but there's just no conviction. They've been losing the midfield battle for me today. And the better chances, and there haven't been that many clear-cut chances, have gone to HRX. And the 2 goals, you can't really call them clear-cut chances. They were just long-range efforts from Sheldon Sharma. First one on target beat the keeper, who subsequently went off injured, Imran Chawala. And the second one took a wicked deflection, I think, off a heel, and beat the substitute goalkeeper Ankit Saveri, who, to his credit, not always looked tidy, but he's made a couple of decent saves. Oriol Vive, he's trying to give his teammates the hurry up. They may as well start throwing numbers forward here. Arjun Palmer, oh, maybe he rushed it too much there. Less than 8 minutes to play now. Headed straight to Mukesh Kanodia, who keeps leaning back when he's taking his shots, needs to get his head over the ball. Peter Hutchinson. Shah gets it to Palmer. Palmer looks for options in front of him, and he finds a good one in Gautam Tawadi, who knocks it back down. And 2 orange shirts there, miscommunicating. I thought they both thought the other were going to go for it. Oh, that's a big pick-up from Oriol Vive that time. Out to the edge of the area! It's a goal! What a strike that is! A goal of the season so far, contender from Akash Shah. And out of nothing, it's very much game back on here. And now, of course, the clock is a factor. Sheldon Sharma goes for his hat-trick straight from the kick-off. And now the Rebels from nowhere. Akash Shah in the 43rd minute, an absolute rip-snorter. Kavir Ray in the goal for HRX, no chance. Is this going to be the first time this season a team comes from 2-0 down to salvage something? Well, it's come at just the right time. Any later, and I don't think there would have been enough time, but they're certainly, you'd think, create at least one more chance. The Rebels, it's a question of whether they can finish it. Still no Sergio Sierra coming back on. Surely he'll be reintroduced sooner rather than later. Vishal Bellini up to halfway. Peter Hutchinson. Gautam Tawadi. Oh, it's a great ball in the middle. I thought for a minute they were going to get there. And Akash Shah wants the free kick. He's not going to get it. Well, they're playing very deep now, HRX, so they ask him for trouble. That was well wide from Arjun Palmer. Five minutes to play. Game on a knife edge. Rebels 1. HRX 2. HRX desperate for their first points of the season. They've already got their first goals of the season. Both of them scored by Sheldon Sharma. But goals aren't any good unless they come with points at the end of a match. Vishal Bellini, what a game he's had. Knocked down to Sheldon Sharma. Is he going to have one more pot shot from range for his hat-trick? We await the first televised hat-trick in the Bodog Roots Premier League. Reminder, back with you tomorrow at 6:45 p.m. IST for the Bandra North Division. Friday, 6:45 IST for the Bodog Roots Premier League Juhu Division. 4 games live tomorrow night, 3 games on Friday. And we've already had 3 completed games here live and 1 play tonight. Huber's Crunchers going down to a very impressive Knights by 3 goals to 1. We've seen the Gladiators beat the Bombayans by 2 goals to 1. The After Eights beat All Monsters by a goal to 0. And here, HRX are 4 minutes away from their first points of the season. But here's trouble. Here's trouble if they can get the shot away. Oriol Vive. Pete Hutchinson on the overlay. Oriol Vive trying to shoot. Took a deflection and was headed away. Oriol Vive again. That's a delightful ball. Again met by a very good HRX header. Now Sheldon Sharma can look up. Looks for Vishal Balani. He'll find Vishal Balani and the flag stays down there. Look for all the world that he was offside. And now they are going to throw Sergio Sierra on here. There's some miscommunication about what they're going to do. Well, he was offside, Sheldon Sharma, somehow. Oh no, and Sheldon Sharma's now gone down injured. The right thigh, and now of course you're going to get the needle with the no injury time rule here in the Bodo Group's Premier League. They're going to want him off the pitch quickly, but in fairness to Sheldon Sharma, I think this is legit. 2 goals in 3 minutes, 16th and 19th minute from Sheldon Sharma, both from range, have put HRX in the driving seat. And now, of course, it does turn a bit nasty because the Rebels players, I want a stretcher, I want to carry him off. I don't know whether it's a thigh problem or a muscle issue, but he went down very heavily indeed. And this, to his credit, I think he's going to hobble off under his own steam. And this coming with just 3 minutes to go in a game that's balanced at 2-1 to Sheldon Sharma's team. Well, I don't think there's any doubt he's definitely injured. Our great physio team taking him off. 2 goals for Sheldon Sharma, but of course he's the only goal scorer for HRX after 3 games. And the way he's coming off there, if he's going to be fit to play next week, I'd be amazed. So, rehydration. In theory, just over 2 minutes to play here. No official injury time as such. Coming on to replace Sheldon Sharma is Rizva Blunia. HRX. Shot from range. And look how quickly Ankit Zaveri's trying to turn this one round. But surprisingly, the closing moments at the minute are all HRX just taking pot shots. The Rebels unable to get the ball out their own half at the moment. Ankit Zaveri, they're high pressing. It's going to leave space up the field if they can get it there. That's a good ball looking for Gautam Tawadi. Oh, he's gone down there. It's going to be a card. That's going to be a card, and it's going to be, more importantly, a free kick in a very, very dangerous position here. Can the Rebels sneak a point right at the death and become the first team to come from 2 goals or more down to salvage something from a match? Yellow card shown to Kevin Verghese. But more importantly, who are they going to charge with this free kick? Oriol Vive is over it. So his wrong foot to go for goal. Can he find Sergio Sierra? That's the link up they're looking for, I think. Oriol Vive goes for goal! What a strike! They all waited for the cross. Out of his wrong side with the right foot, the shot came in. And the hearts are broken for HRX. They led 2-0. It's now 2-2. And we're into the last seconds of this game. Oriol Vive with 2 goals for Rebels. The first coming from Akash Shah with 7 to play, and that one coming in the last minute. And from 2-0 down, they salvaged a point. And HRX will have to wait a little bit longer for their first win of the season. Well, surely they can't win this from here. Maybe they can. It's over the top. Flags up for offside. Well, many thanks for joining us this Wednesday night live on the official broadcast partner of the Bodog Roots Premier League One Play. Thanks to our hydration partners at Mikwa, our branding partners at the Flag Company, and our beverage partners at Raw Pressery. What a night it's been. We've had The Knights maintain their 100% record. 3-1 winners over the Hoover Crunchers. The Gladiators, 2-1 winners over Bombayan. The After Eights back on a winning track against the All Monsters. And now we've seen the Rebels come from 2-0 down to tie 2 each. Sergio Sierra wanted injury time, but we don't have that here. A warm congratulations to the Rebels for coming from behind, and indeed to HRX for their first goals of the season. We look forward to seeing you again tomorrow night at 6:45 when we'll bring you the Roots Premier League in association with Bodog, BANDRA North Division. Cheers, guys.